It's been a while since I made a video, and over the past day or two, some real bad stuff has been happening in the fish room. I didn't really want to make this video, but it has to be done. I have to tell you guys what's happening in the fish room, what's happening to my fish. So this isn't going to be a happy video. This isn't really going to be an exciting video. Nothing good, I guess, is probably going to happen. So 2 days ago, I was in my fish room turning on all my lights, doing all my regular maintenance. And when I came down to this tank, my 90 gallon, which is my discus tank, when I was turning on the lights, I tried looking for my discus. I couldn't find them. And then I looked toward the surface and I found one of my discus. So the thing is, when I found the discus, it was bloated and there was no movement, no gills, no fins, nothing moving. Its eyes were just expanded, and yeah, that one was dead. So I was really concerned because literally the day before, my family was down here in the fish room. I cleaned it up. It was all nice. We were looking at all my fish and stuff. Within like 12 hours, when the lights were turned off and when I went back upstairs and stuff, and overnight, it died. So I don't really know how that could have happened. So I immediately looked for my other discus, and unfortunately I found one of my fancier discus upside down, still swimming by the filter. And it was at that point where I knew I was dealing with something that was contagious and that was affecting all the fish in the entire tank. So it couldn't have been like what I had previously, which was bloating with Lucky the discus. It was really hard because if this happened within 12 hours of that fish dying, that means that this fish that is sick will probably be dead within the next couple hours. So I immediately rushed into action. I removed that discus that was dead, and then with the other discus I moved it to my 10 gallon, and after about an hour it did die. The two other discus and my angelfish I decided to move to my 150 gallon aquarium just because they'd be separated from the community tank. They'd have more room and they're less likely to run into objects, and if they do start floating or anything, it'll be easier for me to take them out and move them into the other 10 gallon where I can treat them easier. I instantly put Epsom salt. I also put almond leaves and other things into my aquarium. I went out to the pet store and I actually picked up some General Cure and some other bacteria infection and disease medicine, and I dosed all my tanks. I did a little bit more than recommended to make sure everything was going. Also, I was doing water changes in my tanks. I filmed a little bit of it. I was honestly broken at the time. It was very sad. I mean, it still is too. After I removed my two dead fish, I was just going around doing research, trying to figure out what was happening. And during that time, I came down to the fish room, and the two discus in this tank were they were really struggling at that point. They were staying in the same position. They couldn't move, and with all their might, they were swimming. Their fins were going full blast to stay upright, and I knew something was bad. And the thing is, when they're using all their energy, they're using all their fuel and all their stored up energy to try staying upright, and that's just really taking a toll on their body and their entire system. That's stressing them out. Unfortunately, today, after the entire day that was completely stressful, today that discus is in like critical condition. I moved it to my 10 gallon over there. I'm looking at him right now. It's not really looking good. His fins are really, he's not even moving his fins. His gills are just moving slightly. I did consider euthanizing that guy and my other fish yesterday because they're like so far gone. I don't want to extend their pain that they're going through. Honestly, I can't identify what's wrong with them because this happened within like 24 hours. I lost two of my fish. One of them is literally on the edge of death, and my other discus, Lucky, is doing a little bit better than he was yesterday. So I don't know what this could have been. My community tank with smaller fish, which you would assume the smaller fish have smaller immune systems and would get affected quicker. Honestly, I don't know. And it can't be water quality because we haven't done anything new. I do water changes every 2 days. I don't know what it could be. We replaced our water filter like a week ago, but nothing's happened. And I haven't gotten any new fish, any real new plants. So I haven't added anything to this tank. So I don't know, I literally don't know what it could be. So my angelfish isn't really affected, I think, so it's only my discus. And it's hard because discus are very sensitive fish, and a lot of people say that, and I knew that when I was getting into it. And I thought I was taking like a big step, taking them and taking care of them, and I thought I was really like looking up. I was really excited. I was really happy. I was actually going to be making a video next week about my discus and my setup, but it's hard because I took that risk to take him in and to take care of him, and that really sucks. And also the countless hours I've spent watching these guys. Instead of like watching TV or Netflix or anything, I go down here and watch my fish. So to see the fish with so much personality, and to have them in this 90 gallon, and to have them just like instantly, just like within a day, just gone, that really hurts. I think I mean, I've started to make peace with it. It's just gonna take time. I don't know if I'll probably just take a break from YouTube. I mean, I've already spent a lot of time off trying to reflect and trying to learn other things outside of YouTube, but this is really disheartening, and overall just sucks. So Lucky the discus behind me, he's actually in the corner over there by himself. He's stuck in that position. He can't move. He doesn't have enough energy to do it. I didn't feed them over the past day just because if it were to be a blockage or anything, or if it were to be anything like that, I don't want them to be eating, and I don't even think they would eat if they could. So I'll probably just try feeding them some higher protein food tonight. So if they actually are able to eat it, they'll have enough energy to fight through whatever this is. I've never had anything like this happen before. The closest I've gotten was with my blockage with Lucky the discus, and I guess I've had ick and everything like that, but nothing like this. So I'm sorry again, this isn't like an exciting video. I always try to like entertaining you guys or educating you guys, but honestly, I just need you guys to know what happened. This community tank has just lost so much character ever since the discus were gone. So I put them in this tank temporarily, just for now. Hopefully they get better. I think maybe the new water that they've been added to maybe helped Lucky a little bit. Been doing water changes, and I mean, my hands are tied right now. There's not a lot I can do to help them. So I did film a little bit yesterday of the process. I mean, my camera was already set up. It was on a tripod. I just hit the record button. So I don't know what I got. I'll just play that footage for you guys. But again, like at this time, it was just really scary. So here's the footage. I don't know what to say right now. I don't know if I'm gonna make this into a video. This is so I've just turned on all the lights in the fish room. I turned this one on last, and when I was looking around, I was trying to find all my discus, and I couldn't find them. So usually they're just swimming around in like the corners, anything. I looked for them, and then I just looked up to the top corner, and I saw one of the discus. It was one of like the solid color discus. It was floating to the top of the surface right by the filter. I didn't really see any movement or anything, so I don't know what happened. It could be numbers of things, but its stomach was bloated. It was floating. Could be swim bladder. And then I looked over to the other side. I saw one of my discus like swimming upside down. This was like, I think it was Lucky, and currently it's in my 10 gallon over there. It's not looking good right now though. I did have something like this happen before, overeating or not the food being able to process, but this is different. This has to be bacteria infection or something. The other fish are being affected by it. I just moved them all to my 150 gallon because to make them separated compared to the other fish, so I can treat this tank and that tank separately, and I won't have to worry about that. And that tank is bigger and they can swim more. And I guess there's less force or pressure because the power head's turned off in that tank. But one of the discus in here, it's starting to have symptoms of floating upside down and not being able to swim. So doing water change in this tank right now. Just making sure that the community tank is okay. I'm going to make sure not to use any of the equipment in between the tanks to prevent any cross-contamination or anything like this, but Oh, I lost one. So yeah, it really, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I don't know. I just need you guys to like see what happened, and because I'm sure you guys would ask, because you guys really like the discus tank. I love my discus tank. I love my discus. And I mean, it's not like, it's not the cost, it's not the, I guess, how beautiful the fish look, even though that's really nice to have on a cool fish, but I mean, it's the character and the personality they have. It was amazing sitting down on my chair and just watching them swim back and forth and just like interacting with each other, interacting with the tank, the plants, the fish. That was just something really nice, and I always enjoyed feeding them. They'd always come to the surface, and then they'd like pick out the bloodworms and stuff, and they go for the pellets and the flakes and everything. So I'm really gonna miss that. If Lucky and the other guy doesn't make it, I don't think I'll ever keep discus again. Or if I don't, it'll take a long time before I ever keep them again. It just really sucks. So thank you for bearing through this, and thank you for watching. I might take a break from YouTube. I might come back. I really don't know. I'm trying to put the loss, like, I'm not trying to let it affect me, but obviously it is. I'm just gonna show you guys what they look like right now, and hopefully they get better over the next couple hours and day. But it's just been so quick. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how it spreads that quick. My temperatures, my water quality, everything's been the same. My hands are just tied, so I mean, it really hurts to see something you really care about, like, being hurt. So I'm gonna show you guys them right now. So yeah, so there's Lucky, the little guy. He's in the back. Hopefully he's strong enough to fight through this, but you can just see how extended his gills are just to get oxygen. You can see my other angelfish. They are breathing pretty heavy, but there is a lot of water movement in this tank, especially with my filter. You can just see things like being brushed around. So hopefully Lucky improves. But I'll show you guys the other discus that's like really taking it hard. So this is my 10-gallon. This thing is horribly scaped. It's just holding tank for plants, but you can just see I tried holding him upright, but no matter what I did, he always tried like swimming up. You can just see his gills just like slowly move. His fins aren't even moving. So I buried the other two discus behind the pond. Hopefully I don't have to do that for my other ones, but it's starting to look like it for that one. But I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. I'll keep you guys updated on my Instagram or Twitter, like even on the community tab. So I will see you all later. Bye.